Hey, what is going on everybody? Boylon here, and today we are going to be talking about a brand new mobile game on the global launch market, and that is Punishing Gray Raven. As you can see a bit behind me, it is an anime-inspired action role-playing game developed by Kuro Game, and they officially launched globally on July the 16th, so plenty of time to get in on this from the ground up. We're going to go over everything that there is to know about this game and why you should check it out and give it a try. So strap in everyone, and let's get this party started. So the first thing that you might be asking is, what is Punishing Gray Raven about? Well, it's a mix of two things found in the name of the game. Firstly, it is played out in a post-apocalyptic setting, and the Punishing virus has been at the root of basically what wiped out Earth and caused the humans left over to evacuate to space, where they live on the space station Babylonia. And you play the part as the Commandant, leading the elite task force Gray Raven against the corrupted, who are essentially cybernetic robots gone rogue and violent due to the virus. Throughout the game, you're tasked with uncovering exactly who created the virus and the people behind this, and you go on missions to figure this out. This leads you to interacting with a whole host of different characters, both good and bad, in your pursuit of this mission. Now, to start off, you do take control of the Gray Raven squad, where you lead them into battle for these missions in a very fast-paced action RPG style of gaming. If you aren't super familiar with this genre of game, it is actually very intuitive once you start playing, so don't feel intimidated by this high-speed action, as the game teaches you every step of the way how to be good and get better at playing. I also want to say that playing on BlueStacks 5 allows you to set your own controls within the user interface, allowing you to set up exactly what keys you want for certain actions, allowing you to bind your keyboard exactly how you want it to be playing for this game. Now, you're also not stuck with just playing one character either, as there are plenty of characters to choose from, both that you can unlock from the beginning, but also get to do so as you play, and all with different playstyles that might match your action needs. You can choose from damage-based characters that are up close and personal, to support characters who are more ranged focused, and of course, the quintessential tank character who is designed to take damage and block incoming hits. As you can see, the game's 3D visuals are very impressive, and all of this you're seeing is in-game, no cutscenes, which is absolutely stunning for a mobile game, so much so you might actually think it was a console game. When you run this on BlueStacks 5, it also gives you the opportunity to completely max out your graphics on this because, well, you're not playing on a phone, so you don't have to worry about your mobile device potentially overheating at all. This gives you the ability to play this as it should be with the best graphics available. And of course, it wouldn't be an action game without epic boss fights. This happens throughout the game, where you get to engage in some fierce combat, showing off not only your own gameplay skills, but through a combined effort with your squad, lead them to victory and overcome the challenges set out for you. Now, your squad can also be strengthened by leveling and promoting them, as well as unlocking additional characters by advancing the story, in-game events, and participating in gacha mechanics, which are basically like doing openings or summonings with your game resources. And what's also great about this is the pity system involved, that if you're searching for a particular item or character, you will receive this after a set number of pulls. Now, one of the best parts of this is really getting to play around with all of the different characters available in this game and really getting a feel for them and everything they have to offer you. And we'll get to exactly what I mean by this when we take a look at the actual game interface outside of battle. Alright, so we're back here. This is the user interface, basically, of the game Punishing Gray Raven here, and this is where everything happens. So, going into missions, this is where you click the battle. We have achievements, various goals that you can get throughout your dailies and weekly events, and just in-game events as well. And as you progress through the story, you get more and more rewards, which is awesome. There is also a social element of this, too. You know, if you happen to have any friends that might be playing this game or giving it a try, you can add some people here and you guys can participate in battles together as well, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, one of the most important things about any game like this is taking a look at all of the characters available. So you can see here that we have Lucia, this is one of the main characters of Gray Raven. So you have Lucia, Liv, and you have, actually, it's Lee here, but I don't have him unlocked. So the characters that I do have unlocked, this is the original Lucia that you get at the start of the game. I did manage through through summoning, I managed to unlock this other version of Lucia, which is Lucia Dawn. So there's different versions of them depending on, you know, it's the same person, but different versions of them with varied strength. So we have Nanami, as she is a tank type character. She has this really cool techno chainsaw kind of thing, and so her gameplay is going to vary dramatically different than, say, Lucia, who is, you know, in your face kind of with a sword katana, you know, cutting people up. And Liv, you know, you can see here she's got like dual guns where you play it ranged, and you know, the action is going to vary dramatically depending on the type of character you have. Now, of course, with any game like this, there's going to be plenty of other unlockable characters as you go through it, as you progress through the story, and as you spend some of your in-game resources to actually try and get these characters unlocked. So you see here, there's some pretty cool ones as well. It is very early days, so there isn't too many characters available yet, but you know, I imagine that as the game goes on, there will be more and more to choose from. So that's awesome there. And of course, you can unlock and upgrade all of your characters. And what's great about this is there's actual costumes. If you care about these sort of aesthetic values of a character, you know, you can get what they call coatings, and they're completely different styles of costumes for your characters, which is really awesome. And this is for every single character as well. So you can upgrade your character's power through upgrading their weapons and what they call memory. These are sort of equipable chips or AI chips. You can train them, upgrade your skills, and you can promote their rank as well up through the up through the game. So we're currently sitting here at Elite. There are plenty of skills that you can upgrade as well, so tons of ways to upgrade your character to make them stronger than they were before. You can do this with each and every one of the characters. Now, I will also say that when you're doing gameplay battles like you saw before, you can have up to 3 characters in your team. So that makes it very interesting when it comes to deciding who you want to use. Now, I know I only have 4 characters, so there's not really much to choose from there, but when you actually go into battle, you can actually arrange that yourself. So you can see here on the screen that we have Lucia up at front and center. She's the main character that I'll be starting with the characters as their support. So you get to choose, depending on who you have, who you want to use in these battles, which is awesome. Now, what is different about this game, Punishing Gray Raven, over some of the other ones, is they have this interesting dorm simulation. Now, I haven't seen this really in other games that I've played yet, but basically you unlock a dormitory and you can put your characters inside of them. Now, you get to see nice little anime chibi style graphics here with your characters, and it's a fun way to interact with them on a daily basis. You can buy furniture for your dorm, and you can add this in, and it gives a different you know, feeling for the game and for your characters to interact with them. It almost feels like The Sims, but in Punishing Gray Raven. So you get to, you can click on them, and they have moods as well, and then you can do other things. You can pat them, and so it almost feels like it almost feels like another game entirely. But this is a fun side thing to do. You know, you can decorate the room, you can buy things with some of your in-game resources as well. I have never seen this in another game, so I really wanted to highlight this feature as well, which is a little bit different than your standard mobile game. So it kind of combines 2 aspects, an action RPG with some sort of I don't know what you'd call this, but it's you know, it's a great way to interact with the characters that you have unlocked, and you can do this with all of the characters that you unlock. The more you play the game, the more you unlock, of course, as you go along. So that's really awesome too. And I want to say that if you're playing this on BlueStacks 5, you can actually play multiple instances of different games at the same time. So for example, I have Marvel Strike Force running in the background on a different instance of BlueStacks 5 here, and in no way, shape, or form does it actually impact the quality of the gameplay here on Punishing Gray Raven. So BlueStacks, an awesome, great platform that you should consider when playing this game. And I will be leaving a link in the description below if you are interested in playing this game, Punishing Gray Raven. Click on that link, download the game with BlueStacks 5, and you won't regret it. So I just wanted to do an overview of this game really quickly. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully that you guys might give it a shot and see what you feel about this game. Of course, it is an action RPG, so do keep that in mind when you're downloading it. But if you're looking for something fast-paced and a lot of fun, then Punishing Gray Raven is your game, and do check it out. And as always, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Boylon signing out.